Tonight on CBC Vancouver News.
We are going to be supporting the BCG workers. They need a fair deal.
As BC marks Labor Day, thousands of public sector workers get set to walk off the job.
The reality is that what government's offering, it's pushing people past the breaking point.
Also,
we have responded to 39 new wildfires over the past 4 days.
hot, dry temperatures are expected to grip much of the province in the coming days as wildfire officials report a spike in new fire starts. And
it's in the mainstream media. People are watching it. People want to be engaged in it.
What's behind an increase in demand for tennis lessons in Vancouver?
This is CBC Vancouver News.
Hello, thanks for joining us. As Labor Day events take place across the country, here in BC, thousands of public sector workers are in a strike position starting tomorrow. And as Pinky Wong reports, their union says job action will go ahead if there's no last-minute deal with the province.
Hundreds of BC workers, family and friends celebrating Labor Day Monday. Around 60 unions set up booths at this Burnaby Park to educate visitors about workers' rights.
Workers know that it's getting harder every day to afford the rent, it's getting harder every day to put food on the table, and when they go to the bargaining table, they're expecting a fair deal.
These unions say there has been an uptake in strike action across the country and a growing importance to protect the fundamental right to strike.
Unfortunately, what we've seen again and again, especially at the federal level, whether it be with postal workers or dock workers or flight attendants, is that's not what we're getting, right? We're getting government interference, and that's really got to stop.
The event comes a day before thousands of public service workers with the BC General Employees Union are set to walk off the job after negotiations with the province Public Service Agency broke off in July.
We are going to be supporting the BCG workers. They need a fair deal, and we get it if we all stand together in solidarity.
The BCGEU president says since issuing a 72-hour strike notice on Friday, the province has yet to bring a revised offer that addresses the affordability crisis in BC. Until that happens, the union says job action will go ahead Tuesday morning.
Taking strike action is incredibly difficult, and it really is the last resort here. We would much prefer to get a good deal and to see everyone at work. But the reality is that what government's offering, it's pushing people past the breaking point.
What do we want? COLA! When do we want it? Now!
The BCGEU represents more than 34,000 public servants, including wildland firefighters, social workers, correctional officers, and administrative staff.
They need to amend their approach and ensure that the people who work hard to keep this province running aren't left behind.
He wouldn't say what that job action could look like. BC Labour Minister says she could not comment on the specifics of the negotiations.
We respect the right for unions for people to organize, to collectively bargain and to take job action.
BCGEU says a portion of its workers will be walking picket lines on Tuesday at various locations around the province. Pinky Wong, CBC News, Vancouver.
New Westminster is extending school zone speed limits just as students head back to class. As CBC's Rafferty Baker reports, the change is part of a broader effort to slow traffic in cities.
As kids head back to school, drivers will be subject to longer school zone speed limits in New Westminster. The provincial default for 30 km/h school zones is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. New West is now joining its neighbor Burnaby, making them 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
The motivation is just to make our roads safer. We hear a lot from the community about concern about pedestrian safety, and we always want to make sure the areas around schools are the safest place for kids and for parents taking their kids to schools.
John Stone says activity at schools doesn't end at 3 o'clock. There are extracurriculars and community groups using schools well into the evening. The mayor says the change is a step in the direction he wants the city to go, with traffic slowed in neighborhoods all over. But he says right now the province doesn't make it easy.
The way the legislation is written right now, if we want to create lots of 30 km/h zones, we're going to have to put up a lot of road signs, like hundreds of road signs. And it's cost prohibitive. It's also difficult in a lot of our public spaces to have a lot of signage. It just confuses drivers, it creates barriers.
The city of Vancouver recently passed a motion to reduce the speed limit to 30 kilometers per hour in 25 neighborhoods, to be phased in over 3 years. It requires signs at the entrances to each neighborhood, with a price tag of $230,000. Johnstone says New West is sort of trying to do the same thing, prioritizing busy commercial neighborhoods.
We know from studies that slower speeds greatly reduce the likelihood of injury or death.
Vision Zero Vancouver says New West's extended school zone hours are a good step, and slowing traffic on streets all over the city would help improve road safety everywhere.
Minor streets have people walking and playing regardless of whether there's a school there or not. I know people in every city, especially in New West, complain of unsafe street conditions, with people just speeding through.
Hall agrees with Johnstone. Changing the default speed on streets with no painted center lines across the province would be an easier fix than installing hundreds or thousands of signs. The Transportation Ministry failed to provide a comment by deadline that addressed the call to update the Motor Vehicle Act with slower default speeds. Rafferty Baker, CBC News, New Westminster.
Starting today, bus riders in Metro Vancouver should see more frequent service on busy routes.
Really, it's the routes that are most crowded that'll see the biggest impacts. It'll benefit people living in Vancouver, going to UBC, living in Burnaby, New Westminster, Surrey, and Langley more than really everywhere else in the region, as that's where we're seeing the most crowding.
TransLink says it's increasing services on 53 bus routes, including the 5 most overcrowded routes, which are in Surrey, and 13 high ridership routes like the 99B line and R4 Rapid Bus. It also says service will be expanded on routes serving post-secondary institutions and industrial job sites. The Transit Authority says it will continue to increase service levels every 3 months. The recent success of Canadian professional tennis players appears to be having an impact on tennis courts across the country. As Janella Hamilton reports in Vancouver, there's a growing demand for tennis lessons.
These kids are wrapping up their summer at Point Grey Secondary's tennis courts. In other words, they're serving.
It's an entertaining sport.
My dad signed me up for this camp for 1 week and I really enjoyed it, so I started doing it almost all year round.
Canadians have been seeing more of their own dominate the biggest tournaments of the sport in recent years. From Bianca Andreescu and Leylah Fernandez, Denis Shapovalov and Felix Auger-Aliassime, to of course, Victoria Mboko. It's inspiring many to pick up a tennis racket.
I think that can be attributed to people realizing that tennis is cool now. It's in the mainstream media. People are watching it. People want to be engaged in it.
According to Tennis Canada, participation in tennis among kids aged 6 to 17 went up by 11% from 2022 to 2023. The tennis governing body also found that in 2023, about a quarter of Canadians under the age of 12 played the sport and plan to continue.
The public courts are just slammed everywhere. We have so much demand, but little supply and infrastructure. So that's kind of something that we're working on with Tennis BC at the moment.
The popularity is inspiring big dreams.
I would enjoy being in Wimbledon, maybe.
And even if summer's coming to an end,
there is huge interest into the fall, and I think we've seen even more interest than usual on the coattails of the Canadian success of Victoria Mboko.
There is a lot of interest from principals, from PACs, from districts about bringing this lifelong sport into their schools and making part of their PE curriculum.
I think I'll start grinding this year and play a lot this year. I'm planning on joining the school team too.
I want to keep on playing so I can make sure I can get into the school team again next year.
And while many of our biggest Canadian tennis stars are coming out of the opposite coast,
I think there's a good foundation here to say that there'll be a good wave of players coming out of BC over the next several years.
For now, they're hitting the court with curiosity and inspiration, and the hope that one day they'll step out a champion. Janella Hamilton, CBC News, Vancouver.
Darius Madavi joins us now with a first look at our weather. And Darius, there's a very visible wildfire from the Coquihalla Highway. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so this fire was discovered today. We do have some images in here, but they're having a little bit of trouble loading in. So I'll show them now if they come in. If not, then I'll show you later in the show. But for now, Let's zoom in here to this fire. It is just off, like you said, the Coquihalla. It has grown quite quickly. It was, again, just discovered today, but already 105 hectares, according to the BC Wildfire Service. This is an area that has seen very dry conditions lately and a lot of heat, and that heat is expected to continue through this week, which means there could be more fire activity. With that being said, winds have remained fairly light across BC, and that does include this area for the most part. And so we haven't seen as much fire growth as we otherwise could have. But yesterday alone, there were over 1,000 lightning strikes in BC. So it's likely that we'll continue to see new fire starts or discover new fire starts over the next few days. And BC Wildfire Service has said as much as well. Now, let's take a look at where this fire is. Again, right along the highway here between Hope and Merritt, and again, likely to continue to grow. For now, it is listed as out of control. If we take a look at our fire danger map, layer that on here, you can see that high fire danger blanketing the region with a little pocket of extreme up by Lytton. And this is the story really across BC. Our extreme fire danger has continued to spread through the weekend. A little bit of yellow here in the northwest, but for the most part, Janella, it's a grim picture.
All right, thank you so much. Those hot and dry conditions.
Thank you.
Still ahead, we'll bring you the latest on the wildfire situation in the Northwest Territories, where a raging fire has forced an evacuation order to be expanded. That's next. Stay with us. A raging wildfire has forced the expansion of an evacuation order in Fort Providence in Northwest Territories. Residents and emergency and essential personnel are now leaving the hamlet and heading 150 kilometers southeast to Hay River, where a reception center has been set up. Juanita Taylor has the latest.
It was a rough night for most evacuees who had to sleep here at the recreation center, having to sleep on cots in an arena for their first night away from home, adding to the uncertainty of when they'll be able to sleep in their own beds again.
First time I ever slept on the bed like this too, and I know my stomach, I had a stomach cramp too. I got up about 4:30 this morning too, so I couldn't sleep real good too, so first time kind of cold area too.
But Gregory Olizi has more worry on his mind.
I'm kind of worried, like some of my animals are out there too. I got puppies too. I got 6 of them. This is about 6 or 7 years old now. Just 7 days. Yeah. I told the RCMP that check them out. That's what they're doing that once in a while too. So. Yeah, yes, they're doing all right too. I was kind of scared too. I don't know how that fire is big or not. Yeah, because it's hard to tell because it's too smoky. Yeah.
Only firefighters, RCMP, and a mobile paramedic are left in Fort Providence. Other essential workers were ordered to evacuate late last night. The winds are expected to be in favor for firefighters in Fort Providence today, and good news as well for travelers wanting to drive Highway 3. It is now open again after being closed due to the wildfires. Juanita Taylor, CBC News, Hay River, Northwest Territories.
The wildfires burning across the country have affected the lives of many Canadians. That includes children who are now heading back to school. Deanna Sumanak-Johnson has more.
Like all your clothes, your stuffies, your games, your video games are gone.
A tough conversation for any parent to have with their child. But on top of that, the school 8-year-old Reese attended, Cabot Academy, was destroyed by the wildfires.
He's really upset because that was his school, that he had his friends there.
The start of the school year, a key component of a healthy childhood, is another casualty of Canada's devastating wildfires. Even if school buildings are still standing, the effects of the fires can be felt.
We're hearing from members across the country that the schools are still having a difficult time contacting families who had evacuated at some point over the summer.
Wildfire smoke is also a problem for schools.
And so when it comes to monitoring air quality and it comes to forecasting air quality based on the movement of wildfire smoke, that will just as much now become part of planning considerations as is blizzard forecasting in the winter.
Any national federal plans must involve figuring out what happens to schools that are in fire-affected areas, says this professor of emergency preparedness.
Even 1 day, 2 days, 1 week of losing a school for children is a huge gap, is a huge loss. We want to minimize that.
So I touched Broadway.
In Newfoundland, Reese Chandler is excited to see his new school, but his father says he hopes they keep all the kids and teachers whose school was destroyed together and
bring in some child psychologists, bring in some behavioral therapists, because we're going to have those problems. I foresee that.
As kids in communities affected by wildfires face the new normal start of the school year that is not normal at all. Deanna Sumanak-Johnson, CBC News, Toronto.
Greene, the First Nation actor best known for his Oscar-nominated role in Dances with Wolves, has died.
Tatanka. 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 Here. Tatanka.
He had substantial roles in other Hollywood movies, but also worked in Canadian television and live theater. His agent said in a statement, "It is with deep sadness we announce the peaceful passing of award-winning legendary Canadian actor Greene. Graham passed away today in Stratford, Ontario, of natural causes. He was 73. Here we have a look at White Rock Pier today. Nice and sunny with a bit of clouds. Darius will have our full BC-wide forecast coming next. Environment Canada has issued heat warnings for several areas of BC as temperatures are expected to climb province-wide. And as Tanushi Bhatnagar reports, it comes as wildfire officials report a surge in new wildfire starts following thousands of lightning strikes this weekend.
It's Labor Day already, and fall is about to begin soon. But for parts of the province, summer is holding on for just a little bit longer, with temperatures rising high across BC. Here in Vancouver, hundreds gathered for a street festival, making the most of the last few days of summer. And some say despite a few windy days, this summer has been hot and rewarding.
It's way better than the snow or rain. I'll take the heat any days, yeah.
I love the heat. It's like bring it on, so no complaints.
I bring being outside so I could have the hotness and going in beaches.
Some gave tips for heat protection.
So staying hydrated is one important factor. Also keeping tabs of the temperature. If it's something that's above 28, then we just try not to go out sometimes.
Just if you're not feeling right, just step to the side. It's okay to work hard and everything, but it's your life, right? You can't get in danger for it.
Put sunscreen and drink water. Just be hydrated.
High temperatures are expected to continue this week. Environment Canada has issued heat warnings for some regions of the province that may see above normal temperatures. Affected areas include both north and south of the Fraser Canyon, the North Coast, and South Thompson.
We're not going to see any respite or any decrease in fire behavior brought to us because of weather or humidity.
On a social media post Monday, Forestry Minister Ravi Parmar says the province recorded over 4,000 lightning strikes over the Labor Day long weekend, with the Cariboo and coastal regions most affected.
Our fire danger rating is high with pockets of extreme, and so I think it just really shows that any lightning or any activity that we see that could cause a fire will likely spark something up.
We have responded to 39 new wildfires over the past 4 days. Only 6 of them are either classified as being held or under control, and the remaining incidents are classified as out of control.
Mac says firefighters in the Cariboo region are on high alert as hot and dry conditions are expected to persist into later this week. Firefighters suggest those who are enjoying the backcountry should do so responsibly and report any fire activity. Tanushi Bhatnagar, CBC News, Vancouver.
Darius Madavi is back with a look at our weather. Darius?
So I wanted to start by looking at those photos that I couldn't quite get in earlier of that very visible fire off the Coquihalla. Again, this is between Hope and Merritt on that, just off that highway. Highly visible, clearly a lot of activity happening here. We have had that fire just discovered today and very quickly grew to 150 hectares. So this may be an area that we have to watch closely in the coming days because that heat is expected to stick around for a while. Now let's talk about some of that heat. You can see that heat warning issued here for the South Thompson and the Fraser Canyon, as well as one for the inland sections of the North Coast. Both places could see temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above normal. We're talking temperatures approaching 40 in places that are usually around the mid-20s this time of year, mid-20s to high 20s. Now, this is our fire danger map. You can see a lot of orange and a lot of red. Once again, we looked at this earlier, but that fire danger is really going to be critical this week. And what really is going to determine how serious this week is going to be those wind speeds. We know there's going to be the heat, but if we have those winds as well, it won't just be new fire starts from the lightning, but also higher fire activity, and that could really mean resources are spread thin. So a lot to watch. Here are the temperatures that we're looking at. Again, high 30s, there we go, for Kamloops, as well as places in the Fraser Canyon, which I don't have a marker for right here, but it's around 37, 38 over the next couple days. That heat really building in the south, inland sections of the coast as well. We're talking parts of the lower mainland also reaching above 30, and then temperatures should start to come down as we get into next weekend. Still not really looking at any precipitation relief, though. We're really just looking at temperatures coming down. Still very dry as we head into the rest of the week, with the exception of maybe the northwest as we get into the weekend, but that even remains to be seen. We're talking a lot more smoke tomorrow as well. If we take a look here, that surface smoke really building in places, especially down along parts of the coast. And here's our 5-day forecast, Janella. A few more hot days, especially inland, and very humid as well. Expect a little bit sticky conditions.
Lots of hot and dry conditions coming our way. Thanks so much, Darius.
Thank you.
You're all I can think of. Every drop I drink up. You're
That's Soda Pop from the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. The Netflix film has taken the world by storm, becoming the most watched film of all time on the streaming platform.
4 songs from its soundtrack have made it to the top 10 on Billboard's Hot 100. UBC professor says while the movie heavily references Korean culture, it's not quite a Korean production.
I think the Korean media has picked up on it and discusses it often in terms of like the next step of the Korean wave and, you know, testifying to Korea's soft power. And there is certainly an aspect of that too, but it is a gray area where it's not quite a Korean production.
The story follows 3 women in a K-pop band who use their singing to fight demons. Netflix has already greenlit a sequel.
Now, before we go, I should say one thing. I said 150 hectares for that fire off the Coca-Cola. It's actually 105. My bad. Now, thanks for being with us tonight on CBC Vancouver News.
We'll see you next time.